Hello, this is Sheshachalam from Astroguide Mysore. So, yesterday we had explored one Dhana Yoga, that is the combination for wealth. And yesterday, when I was opening the talk, I told that I'll be doing two yogas which are related to females, or the Dhana Yogas which are related to the sources of money or wealth after marriage and so on. But yesterday I couldn't cover two yogas because it was a lengthy process. I did only Kalatramoolaat Dhana Praapti yoga. Today I will be covering Maatrumoolaat Dhana Praapti yoga. Matru, mother. Maatrumoolaat means the source of Dhana Praapti, acquiring of wealth, Prapti, getting or acquiring, or it's not it's not acquisition, it's acquiring. How you get wealth, it's a blessing from your mother. So how you get wealth through your mother might be of various reasons, but here there are several combinations, and one particular combination in this yoga which is very prominent is involving the second lord and the fourth lord. The second lord, because it is the lord of wealth, Dhanasthanadipati. The second lord is also the lord of Kutumba, Kutumbasthanadipati. The fourth lord, lord of the fourth house, is the lord which signifies mother. So these two factors are very important, the second lord and the fourth lord. The third most important factor everybody should already know is moon. Moon represents mother. So these three factors are extremely important: the second lord, the fourth lord, and moon. So if these three planets are well posited in a chart, let us say they are posited in a Kendra, in a Trikona, or a Upachayasthana. Upachayasthana are the third, the sixth, the 10th, and the 11th house, the houses of growth. Then the native will get immense wealth or good wealth from his mother. So, there are several commentaries on this particular thing. One particular commentary says that the source of wealth will depend on the type of the nature of planet the fourth lord represents. Like, for example, if the fourth lord is represented by Saturn, it would be a big piece of agricultural land. If it is represented by Jupiter, it would be a big chunk of commercial property. If it would be represented by Sun, it would be jewelry. You can understand these things. You can make a big list out of this and understand how intricately these things have been, beautifully designed by our astrologers, thousands of years back. Though, so where they are placed also are very important. That's very important. So if this second lord and fourth lord, if they are placed in the eighth house, for example, there might be delay in the realization of a certain property, because through the mother's property, because the native might not realize the property immediately, because there might be some court legalities, some problems in procedure, some documentation, some clarification which is required, or there might be real legal proceedings which are going, some disputes which might be happening within the family, or might be that there might be some claim from a neighbor or some dispute which even your mother will be fighting, and then after she wins that, it might come to you. So it all depends on how this is posited. Secondly, this particular, there are a lot of variations. I'll come to the variation now. The Parivartana Yoga also here works, because many people are asking me now, when you are doing the yogas, please also stress your opinion on Parivartana Yoga also, because I keep asking, getting a lot of people asking me whether aspect also gives the same yoga. Sometimes conjunction, when it is clearly pronounced in a particular way, cannot be replaced by aspect. An aspect is an aspect, conjunction is conjunction. Conjunction cannot be replaced by aspect. But Parivartana Yoga is an entirely different issue altogether. So if we take the second lord falling into the fourth and the fourth lord falling into the second house, the huge, big Rashi Parivartana Yoga. And this Rashi Parivartana Yoga gives a very different kind of situation altogether. I'll give you a very typical situation. I always take typical examples because I love taking typical examples. Like, for example, for Aries ascendant, if I take the fourth lord, falling in the second house, it is Moon, the lord of Cancer, and it gets exalted in Taurus. And the second lord falling in the fourth house gives rise to Parivartana Yoga, that is Venus in Cancer and the lord of Cancer, Moon in Taurus. So it's a Parivartana Yoga. So now people will ask me, sir, will I get these, am I endowed with this beautiful Maatrumoolaat Dhana Praapti Yoga? Yes, you are. You will be. You should be. So because Moon is also involved there, it is having a very good relationship with the second lord, and it is the fourth lord itself. So it's a Toto Yoga there. So second, fourth, and Moon involved. So Parivartana Yoga, if it is well placed and it is giving an excellent results, then yes. Not in all cases. Okay. Like, for example, if somebody tells that it should work everywhere, then it should work everywhere. Let us see. For Sagittarius, the second lord Saturn goes to Meena Rashi, and the Lagna lord is, which is also the fourth lord, Jupiter, falls in the second house, debilitated. Now, no. How, sir? It doesn't work, boss. Here, why? Fourth lord, Jupiter, is debilitated, and Moon becomes the eighth lord. Lot of delay is seen. Moon, Matru Karaka. Now it is not Sthanadipati, it is not the fourth lord. Matru Sthanadipati means fourth lord. It is no more the fourth lord. For Sagittarius ascendant, the fourth lord becomes Jupiter. But it is debilitated. Matru Karaka, the signifier for mother is Moon, but it is the eighth lord. It's not such a great by position or by lordship. It's not such a great thing. And luckily, eighth lord, if it is well posited, person native will become very rich. But the source we are talking today is with regard to Maatrumoolaat Dhana Praapti Yoga. We are not telling that if that person doesn't get money from mother, he will be on the road and he will be always bankrupt. Nothing. He might be a malamal karodpati with lot of money. That's not our topic today. We are not telling he is rich or poor. We are telling whether he will get an additional money source from his mother, or whether he will be able to get that blessing. It's a blessing actually. If I am growing a tree, I would always bless, or I would feel blessed that my children eat the fruit. Why will I plant a tree if my next generation don't eat it? I am not selfish that I plant the tree and only I eat the fruit. If that was the case, earth would not be green till date. Everybody would have chopped everything else. You know, we are not that greedy yet. God bless, the forests are still there because people are still thinking of leaving something, at least little bit, for the next generation. That is why at least 5% of forest is still alive. So what I'm trying to tell here is the blessing of mother, if has to feel happy that it has gone from her to her kids. When she is alive, she sees that she is able to provide her children her through her wealth. She earns, the woman empowerment, what we talk everywhere. Let us see whether this yoga will actually, give fruits in natives chart. Because if a woman is empowered to take care of her family, not because of the uh, difficulties what she is going through, and it becomes an obligation that she has to go for a job, not because of that. It's because of her freedom of choice that she takes up a job, and she has the freedom of liberty to live up to the expectations of her own life, and then give something to her children. That is a beautiful blessing. So this is what is Maatrumoolaat Dhana Praapti Yoga. Here, a small deviation here, which is very important, is the association of the 8th Lord and the 11th Lord, which are to be considered. And why they are to be considered is very important, and I'll tell you. From the 4th house, if we count 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. The 8th house is the Purva Punya Sthana for the mother. And for the native, the 8th house is Purvarjita property, that is ancestral property. Right? Then we'll go to the 11th house. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. It is the 8th. So, if the 8th and the 11th houses are strong and well connected, the mother's parental property will come to her without any problem, and it will flow to you without any problem. If you are able to go through this in detail, you will understand it's a very important point. Thank you very much for today's class.